welcome back. Today is the day we're cutting the front end off the Shelby GT500. Note to self, do not do this because this is almost irreversible. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. If you're watching this for a DIY, it's not really a DIY. Obviously, first things first, I need these fenders, I need this hood taken off. What's nice is there's already, something already pulled off. Front bumper, radiator, all the engine and stuff like that. It's already pulled off. That's the easy part. This is gonna get sketchy really, really quick. Because obviously, I've only done this once, and it was on a car that wasn't worth as much as this. But it's cool, it's fine. You and I are gonna be doing this together. It'll be a great experience. It's gonna be a learning for you, me. We're gonna make this look good, I promise you. So got the hood off. Pretty much all I gotta do now, I gotta remove this headlight, move this guy out of the way, and then I can start taking off the fenders, which are, it might be a little bit of a pain, especially sitting right here. I gotta take the wheels off, get to the bolts on the side, right here, and there should be two. And then pretty much this fender is ready to be pulled off. There's only two bolts holding it on the side. And then I just gotta mark it and we can start and then we can start cutting. And everything else can honestly just be moved out of the way. Yeah, it's a lot easier, especially when the front bumper is already taken off. Pretty much fast forward until the fenders are off, and then let's switch to the GoPro. Alright, fenders are completely off. It was a little rough over there, not too bad. But I do know I can't even remove this broken headlight because this whole crash bar is completely mangled inside of it. But I guess now, all that's left to do is to pretty much start marking and start cutting. Now, let's go to the GoPro. So pretty much the first line they want you to make is gonna be right about here. So they want you to cut right after the bend here and then straight down here. Oh yeah, bam. So there's the first line, mimic the side, mimic the other side, and then we'll draw the line all the way down on the strut tower side. You don't have to be perfect because you can always cut it a little in front so you can grind it down so you can make it flush and square to where everything else lines up perfectly the way you want it. All right, once you got your harness unplugged from the inside, all you gotta do is fish it out. Come on now. It's gonna be stubborn the whole way through. Now I want you to cut for the harness to come out. Well, I can't take mine out since this guy is in the way. So what I want to do is just cut here, and this whole area should just pop off. Ah! It's scary. I'm scared. All right, we only popped the breaker, don't worry. One side cut. Round two. Why did I think that would work? It's still connected to the bottom. Oh yeah, right. Through here, maybe? Nah, I'll hit it with a hammer. Okay, good color. Come on. I can do this, Oh yeah. Hello. Merry Christmas. All right, now we just gotta finish cutting this thing out. All right, and just like that, the harness is getting taken. Just like that, it's out of the way. Cool. Now we can start making our line and we can start cutting out the actual front part of this. It's getting me nervous, but this is already messed up, so it doesn't really matter. Just gotta cut this thing, man. All right, 5 minutes of hacking, and well, this front area is off. So now all I gotta do is one cut and then two cuts. I think they tell you to do multiple cuts for stress, but I think it's gone. The part there, they want you to cut here. So now on the instruction side, they want me to take off the bolt for the actual brakes to get those out of the way so I can start cutting down the line and going from there. This part is where everything gets a little scary. I got no space. I'm getting grabbed. So they want me to go straight down. Okay, so that is straight right there. And my following, if I follow this line, that's gonna be straight there and straight there. So that's, on their photo, that's exactly how it looks. Okay, to me, that's not straight. But given, if I cut it straight, I don't know. Because that'd be here instead of there. So I think that, I'm getting grabbed again. I think they wanted to straight down that way as they can to square it up. You can see they curve and they curve, especially right where that goes. So I think I'm good. Ow, hot. I got stuck. Ow. Hammer. Yeah. Let go, please. All right, that kind of hurt my hand. I'm shaky. All right, got the stress cut, got this back. So now we just need to cut. Ah, man, it's bent. Don't worry about it. Well, I don't think that's good. For sale, 30 grand. Mint condition Shelby GT500. All right, well, we got one side cut and off. Now the time to do the other side. And well, this is about to be for real when this thing falls off, and I'm gonna be so excited because half of it's done. The other half is just doing a little bit of a little click and pull action from the MIG welder, and we'll be good to go. I think I cut a couple wires. I'll get those fixed, I guess. Damn, I thought the wire harness was moved. I guess we'll finish this off. Woo! Wow. All right, I think this is done. Oh, still connected. The smallest piece of metal is connected. There we go. Oh yeah. Cool. A little nervous now, but let's get this out of here so we have a fresh area to work with. Oh boy, look at all this room for activities. See, what I kind of want to do is take the 5.4 and go ahead and put it in there, because it'll be so easy to slap in right now and then weld everything around it. I just don't know if it'll be easier or harder, but I think just with the tubes right here and the fenders off, this whole putting the engine in is not going to be as bad as I think it will. But currently, there's no front end. I just ruined a perfectly good Shelby GT500, guys. Even though it was a little messed up, but I still love it. Okay. Now, pretty much, let's get to making all these. Get all the, I don't even know what to say. Get all the bars and mounts ready to go. I need to push this one back, and then I'll tack weld that and make that good. And get the welder set up, and honestly, let's get the welding. We got a whole bunch of things here from Rock Solid Motorsports here. Here's a good sticker. I'm so glad they give me stickers. But now let's go ahead and get everything unboxed and start reading some instructions, because you guys know I love reading instructions. I need a razor blade. Guys, sorry for the fan noise in the background. It is currently hot outside, okay? So right now, once you guys have the whole front end cut off, what you're gonna make sure, you're gonna grab pretty much like a 4x4 flat piece of metal, and then what you're gonna do is put it right here and make sure they're square. I've already done that to all four. Apparently you can allow up to a 1/16 of an inch of clearance, like play back and forth. You can pretty much, you can modify it a little bit more, but the instructions are pretty clear. These are cut perfectly to where they need to line up. Okay, so you got to make sure this part is squared up as close as you can, because it will mess you up whole way when you're squaring everything else up. So now what we need to do is grab the plates with the bars and get these things tack welded into place on all four corners. And that way we can get a good baseline going. And just like that, we got one side tack welded. I don't need to find the angle. I'm pretty much making this flat because I can bend this up and down if I wanted to actually find the correct angle I need to for the top. So everything's just gonna be tacked for now. And then when I'm coming to fully weld everything, I'll make sure if I have to bend something up, down, left, or right, obviously I can. This way, I don't need to find, so pretty much the reason why you need to find like an angle finder or a tool to find your angle. Find that angle and then you weld that down, and the same thing with this bottom, make the angles correct. Pretty much what I'm gonna do is tack everything in place, and if anything feels off, obviously I can push it left to right, manipulate it in a way to make it actually work and to actually work efficient. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Obviously the best way to do it is find an angle finder or whatever tool. I don't know what it actually is called. TIG welding, MIG welding, I don't know, man. I need to get a TIG. Well, I have a TIG welder. I just need to go get gas and is it tungsten? I don't know. I need to look into it and start doing TIG welding. They just look a lot better. Let's go ahead and get the other side welded on and then get the top ones welded on. Let's go. It's good progress. Good progress. Okay, once you got these bars pretty much tacked into place, don't mind this guy, it's just sitting in there. What you're gonna do now is make sure these guys are squared up with everything. So what you're gonna do is measure from here, 20 inches down, and mark it. That's pretty much where this hoop is gonna be going. And make this 20 inches from here, and then pretty much make sure everything is squared up. That is pretty much the next step, and then obviously you tack weld it in. And make sure this guy is level up and sideways, and that's the best way to do the little, I don't know what it's called, I think it's for the headlight mounts and the radiator supports and stuff like that. But make sure everything is square before you start fully welding. That is the biggest thing. 1 or 2 tack welds is all you need, guys. So pretty much got this tacked, that tacked, this tacked, and this bad boy tacked. Made sure this was 20 inches from that plate to this, 20 inches there to there. This guy I just measured about a thumb width away. Made sure this is flat and level. Made sure the right angle here is good, right angle there good, this is level. Everything's pretty much level, and that's the good part about it. Now, pretty much I need to lay this guy just right above it, and it'll literally sit into place. And then the next step, I gotta put the fenders back on and make sure this line up right here is gonna be level. If I have to, you gotta move it over, left, right, up, down, left, right, you know what to do. So pretty much, let's get these fenders back on the old Shelby and keep going here. This is going smoothly so far. I freaked out a little bit because I thought I didn't have this. Turns out, I used it for the prop that I used for the hood. So I'm over here freaking out thinking I don't have all the tubes, and guess what? I'm just a freaking moron and you already used it. So let's get this fenders back on and keep going. So after some time of doing a lot of research, a lot of this guy, so pretty much the idea is to put this guy on there, just free willy, okay, and put your fenders back on. Put a spacer in between the bolt and between this guy, washer, and then the bolt. Do the same thing over there. Make sure it's square and level for it. And then what I want you to do is leave that alone. Make sure everything's good and square up top and whatnot. And then put this guy on there, the actual bar that goes to the top frame rail. If everything's still good, go ahead and tack weld it. So that's all done and set in stone. Now, pretty much all I gotta do is remove the fenders and actually start welding everything up. The only thing they tell me not to fully weld is the 1/4 inch bar, which is this guy. I don't know why, but they say not to weld it fully. I don't know what else it's for. I'm just over here reading instructions with my big old book. Okay, fully weld all the tubes and plate joints except the 1/4 inch, 1 1/4 inch crossbar. You can tack weld it in for temporary placement, but final placement will be determined after the radiator assembly has been installed. Okay, so pretty much that's the lower radiator supports, which I have, thankfully. And then, you know, I got all those, you know, the heat exchanger to weld in and the AC compressor, or AC condenser, placement to get welded in. So let's go ahead and take this guy off and then take these guys off and get everything else tack welded into place, because we're at that stage. Ooh, fenders back on, everything else is lining up perfectly. As you guys saw, everything's welded up. I gotta take a small break. My back right now, oh man, sitting like that for that period of time, honestly, not okay for your back. I don't recommend if you got a bad back, okay? But everything else is done. Now, pretty much I gotta do is all the little things, and that looks like a whole bunch of welding, but it's fine. We can knock this out. Should only take like an hour or so, and we can finally have the Shelby front end put back together. I'm still waiting on the front bumper and stuff, which is fine. I just hope everything fits when the time does come. So let's get all these gutsets welded on and get this thing looking nice and fancy. Well, that sucks. Apparently, the next steps are install the hood and make sure the fitment to the bumper and stuff are good to go. And then you gotta put on some gutsets. And then you gotta put on the headlights. Are you guys following me here? I don't have the front bumper. The headlights I can put on, but it's not gonna be the same. I need that front bumper to make this whole thing work. So pretty much it has come to a stop, but this whole install is going very, very well. It does look super nice the way it is. I'm so happy to see pretty much the front and all of its glory kind of back together and not all mangled up, mashed and bashed. I will be laying a good coat of white. I don't know if it's gonna be the same performance white that I have on here, but it'll at least be painted and looking all fresh, just like this guy. I don't know if I'm gonna be painting those bars black or red, but I kind of want to paint match it because I think it would look super nice. But man, this is not a fun install at all. Every time I do one of these, I feel like I should do these more because I like welding. I like the whole idea of, I don't know if it's just ruining the whole front end of a car by cutting everything and then putting all the bars on it. But I don't know, it's kind of enjoyable seeing everything go together like it does, like a little puzzle. I don't know, maybe like a Lego set if it makes sense to you, if that makes sense to you. But as of right now, everything else is looking pretty saucy. I do get a little jealous seeing the TIG welds, and then you gotta see the MIG welds. They don't look as nice, but hey man, these bars ain't going nowhere. You wanna see this? Look at this. 1 foot, 2 foot. We ain't going nowhere. It's welded, it's in place. Hopefully it passes inspection when I go to get this thing inspected. I will be dumb salty if it doesn't. Like, I will throw the biggest fit known to man if this thing does not pass inspection. The only thing inspection-wise in Kansas is if it's an outside title or it's a salvage title, you gotta take it down to Highway Patrol and get it, well, I don't think I have to if it's a clean title, but I have to take it to get inspected. I think they just check VINs if it starts up, I think. Because I had to get Venom inspected. And pretty much the only thing they did there, I think I had to start it and I was like, hey, listen, it's gonna be loud, okay? Get that Corsa. But everything else is looking good. Fender lines, they're really nice. There's that gap there. I haven't bolted the bottom back down yet. Just the fact that if I gotta take this thing back off, it's a lot easier to take off when there's only 3 bolts holding it on. If you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like. This bad boy is finally together nicely, and I'm super excited. Guys, next video, I want to say it's gonna be my car, and we got a whole bunch of stuff to install, so please be prepared. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.